You know, folks, the question up there is an obvious one. Why do people like me use DVD recorders? In other words, these sons of guns. Why do we use them? What's so special about them? Well, I'll tell you what's special about them. They allow you to record stuff, and I'm sorry for the bird in the background there. They allow you to record stuff just like you would with a VCR. The only difference, though, between DVD recorders and VCR recorders is you don't have to rewind or fast forward to try to find a certain part. Well, you still have to do that. There's no doubt about it. You still have to do that. But you don't have to constantly keep rewinding and fast forwarding and rewinding and fast forwarding and rewinding and fast forwarding. No. You see, what's special about DVD recorders is they allow you, if you know how to do it, to transfer your VHS things that you've recorded onto DVD. That way, instead of fast forwarding and rewinding through a VCR, like so over here, you can actually go by chapter. Now, certain recorders most of the time will allow you to do 5-minute chapters. Some will let you do 10 minutes. And heck, maybe even more than that, maybe 15. But more so, it's mostly between 5 and 10 minutes. And what they do, ladies and gentlemen, is they allow you to go 5 minutes in. Let's say, for example, you're a fan of, where's the movie? I know I have it here still. I didn't do anything to it. Ah, here it is. Let's say you're a fan of this movie. And let's say there's a certain, as I like to call it, soapy, bubbly, BB scene at the beginning of the film that was constantly advertised in the trailers. Let's say that's one of your favorite scenes. Now, on the VHS, you'd have to fast forward to it. You'd have to know exactly the time and time frame of where it's at, right? But you'd have to fast forward. With the DVD player, you just got to go to the menu, and it says Marriage Proposal. Or if you're recording it off television, all you have to do is look at the time frame, and let's say you're doing 5 minutes. Probably go up to the 4th, 5th chapter on the DVD. Or let's say you're doing it by 10 minutes. Depending on if your recorder allows you to do that, then you can go straight to the scene or close to it. And all you have to do is fast forward a little bit to it. Not much. See, yeah, you still have to fast forward and rewind, but with chapter breaks, less fast forwarding, more enjoying. Less fast forwarding, rewinding, and more enjoying. Now, unless you decide to go old school, there are the options to not do any chapter breaks and go straight forward, which I'm pretty sure not many people will do, but there's always that option. But again, why? Why do we use them? Well, I'll give you a great example as to why. You see, unlike regular DVDs that are sold that have movies and stuff on them, like say shows or let's say movies, a DVD, its similarity to a VCR, allows you to have a variety of stuff on there. It allows you to have a variety of stuff on your disc. And depending on what your favorite recording speed is, sometimes if you decide, hey, I'm just a movie buff and I just want to have a movie on there, there you go. Let's say, for example, you got Cars 2. Cars 2 is on Stars on Demand right now. Let's say you're a fan of that. Let's say you just want that. Boom, there you go. Cars 2 on demand, boom, there you go. But let's say you're a fan of a cartoon series or a live action series, or even a sitcom. On average, animated cartoon series and sitcoms are half hours. So from what my own experience, you can get about 15 to 16 episodes. On average for a season, it's about maybe just about that. If not, for sitcoms, maybe about 25 episodes a season. Just saying. But then again, if you have an hour's worth of stuff, I mean an hour's worth, okay. Well, let's say one of your favorite shows is an hour, period. Then you can get about maybe 6 episodes on there if your recording speed in favoritism is the 6-hour EP mode. But then again, there are some recorders that allow you to do longer than that. As I have mentioned in previous videos, my recorder allows me to go to the extension of 13 hours and 40 minutes, near 14 hours worth of footage, which I primarily use with my wrestling. That's right. Anytime I record Raw, SmackDown, Impact on one disc, or even individually, I use the ULP mode, the Ultra Length Play, 13 hours, 40 minute deal, because it allows you to have as much on there as you want. On average, it allows you to have, instead of maybe 3 or 4 episodes of a wrestling show, and especially if it goes 3 hours, like say Raw is going to officially in a couple of weeks, it allows you to have about 7 to 8 episodes at least. Again though, depending on the 3-hour range which Raw will be. Now on average, Raw will probably go to, without commercials, it's about a 2-hour show, 2.5 hour show. So on average, you'd have to look at maybe the fact that it's going to be reduced to maybe 5 or 6. But if I add, let's say, Impact to it, or let's say I add SmackDown to it, or heck, even NXT or ROH down the line, that'll help extend the life of the DVD, but still, the longer the show, the more is used. So on average right now, when I do the regular hour-and-a-half programming of wrestling, just about that, you have basically about 7 to 8 episodes of wrestling on one disc. On an average 6-hour range, you have maybe about 3, 4 at the most. But with the ULP mode, which some recorders probably have, which most probably have by now, you have on average 7 to 8, and if you have a 3-hour show, you probably have a near 3-hour show, which is condensed down to maybe 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, if you will. You'll probably have about 5 or 6, all depending. Now, again, what's so special about DVD recorders and why people want to own them or have them? Because of those very reasons. Also, if you have a VHS-C camcorder or a DV camcorder, and it has audio input or a little USB cord to put in for to show your footage, it allows you to capture your stuff on DVD. And let's say you have one of those camcorders with the mini DVDs that you could transfer, that allows you to have the 5.1 surround sound right off the bat. There you go. The point I'm trying to make, folks, is that the reason people enjoy having DVD recorders is because of the fact that we enjoy it. We enjoy having the power to not have to rewind anymore. And even if we do, it's not that much. We love the power, the fact that we can actually zoom in on a picture of something we recorded and get more details. I mean, we get our average option speeds of 1 hour, 2 hour, and all that. We get that option in speed. But we get more options in speed with DVD recorders than we did with VHS recorders. I mean, think about it. You get an option of not just SP, LP, and EP, which is 2, 4, 6. You get the option of 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and in my case, even almost 14 hours worth of recording time. So, to let you know, this is why people enjoy having things like DVD recorders. This is why people enjoy having things, recordable discs to use. Not just for things like a DVD fab-like program, or to store stuff off the computer, but to record their favorite programs. I mean, take a look. Even with movies, you can record, on average, with a regular 6-hour speed, you can record up to 1, 2, 3, 5 movies, all depending on the length. Of course, if it's a long movie, then, well, it's only for like 1 movie or 2 movies. But depending on the length of the film, just like I said with wrestling and boxing and UFC, it all depends. You see, if you wanted to, on average, let's say a wrestling pay-per-view or a UFC pay-per-view, you can get 2 of them on 1 disc, and that's it. Same with a movie. If a movie, like let's say Cleopatra, is over 4 hours, then you can only get Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor, as well as maybe an hour and a half movie to go with it, and that's it. Or if you want to get something like, say, I don't know, Transformers. You want to record one of the Transformer films. You can get one of them. Which is on average in the 2.5 hour mark almost. But then you can add the second one. Let's say you want to get the first 2 on 1 DVD. That's fine. But there wouldn't be room to do the third one. Or let's say you want to get Titanic on there. We all know that's over 3 hours. A little over 3 hours. You get that, then you want to get the then you could probably get one of the Transformer films. You see what I'm saying? Or even Avatar. Let's see how long Avatar is. Got it right here. It doesn't say actually, but you get the point I'm trying to make. It's basically the length of the film or the program you're trying to record that allows you to have as much on there. As you saw there with my DC deal, you can have up to 5 of them, all depending on I'm trying to get my dog away from licking the rug. I don't know why she likes to do that. But you can get as much on depending on the length. So this is why people like having DVD recorders. Just like when VHS recorders came out, they loved it because they could record whatever they wanted. Here, you can record whatever you want as well. Now, I understand you might say, well, VHS tried to give you more time. Yeah, they did. I mean, I remember when I worked at Hastings, and even before that, I purchased 10 hours VHS tapes that recorded for up to 10 hours. I get that, folks. I understand that. And I understand they tried. But the thing is, even to this day, even though they still sell VHS tapes because people still have VCRs and the VCR DVD recorder combos and whatever, the thing is, you're getting more options with the DVD recorder, and that's why people love them. I don't know what the deal is with the Blu-ray recorders. All I know is that sometimes they're like little compact things and all that. But I do know there are some that are the same size as, let's say, my recorder, my DVD recorder, and they are a lot of money. But again, they give you that option to record whatever you want to record in high def or in Blu-ray high def. I mean, again, look. A DVD recorder allows me to put up about what? On here, about what? 5 movies, which all run around the 70 to 80 minute mark. And then you take a look at my anime movie collection, same thing. But again, the difference is, when you take a look at my anime movie collection, take a look at what's on here. 5 movies. Well, actually 4 movies, 1 episode. Well, actually 3 movies, as a matter of fact, 1 hour special and a half-hour episode. So on average, there you go. And then when you take a look at volume 2, because of the length of this movie right here, this movie, it can only fit 3. You get the point I'm trying to make, folks? Okay, I know I sound like a broken record, but those right there give you that option. Yeah, you could do the same with a 6-hour VHS tape. There's no doubt about it. But the biggest thing it has over is chapter breaks and less rewinding. That's the whole thing. It's chapter breaks and less rewinding and less fast forwarding. That's what people like about it. And you could zoom in on certain scenes. Like let's say you record let's say you record the scene of olive oil melting into Popeye's olive melting into a puddle of butter in Parlez-Vous. Let's say you do that. Okay? If you record it in high quality, you could get a real close-up view, better view of what it looks like. And you could actually see, and if you go in slow motion, if your DVD player has that option, you can actually see it happen. You can see it almost by detail. Just kind of like with Laserdisc and all that as well, but still in detail. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is everything that I've mentioned, the chapter breaks, the less rewinding, less fast forwarding, the zooming in, the step-by-step deals at times, and with some recorders, the difference in speed from either high quality to unlimited quality, which is like a thing near 14 hours in my case, is why people love having DVD recorders. That's why they love having them, and that's why they go out and they buy them. If you don't believe me, ask James Wolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd. Ask Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic. Ask them, and they will tell you this is why they do it. I mean, how do you think James and Doug can get as much footage as they can and on DVDs, or let's say for the reviews? Like with James, how do you think he can get so much footage of a game or games on for his reviews? It's because he has DVD recorder. He uses the DVDs he has. And that is why he likes it. So basically point is everything I've mentioned is exactly why people love DVD recorders and why people use them. So that's all I'm going to say. Tell me what you guys think. Do you agree or not? Comment down below. I'll talk to you all later.